Hi, it's Stephen again, NPS FAIL number 17 out of 30. Today we're going to talk about friction. The thing about a lot of these surveys is that regardless of the fact that they're easy to complete and they're short and they don't tie the customer up for very long, customers are seeing lots and lots and lots of them. So they're creating friction in the customer service encounter that they're actually trying to measure. Now, for example, have you ever been onto one of those booking websites where as soon as you come out of it, or sometimes while you're in the website, they're asking you questions about rating the quality of the website? There's a pop-up screen and there's friction, you've got to close it, you don't know where to close it, and sometimes you just answer whatever you can just to get rid of them. There's friction there. Often also on phone calls to a lot of these call centers, you make the call and then as soon as you get into the call, they say, look, hey, at the end of this call, do you mind completing this short survey for us? So you finish your call, and it might only be a 1-minute call, and then you wait online and this thing clunks over to the Net Promoter Score question, and they say, hi, based on your experience, would you recommend to your friends and family today, please, on your keypad, pad 0 to 9. And perhaps even they'll get you to leave a few comments. Now, again, that's friction. You've got to be on the phone for maybe double the time you would have otherwise been. You've got to get out of it, or if you get out of it, you think, well, gee, now, does that stop getting in the way of the inquiry that I made? All these thoughts go through your head. Now, they might only be fleeting, but there's friction. Now, also on airlines, I've seen on airplanes that you're laying there trying to have a sleep, and the staff walk through and randomly select people to complete a survey. Now, sometimes they're as simple as a Net Promoter Score survey. It's just a little card with, would you recommend us to your friends and family? Now, not everyone gets given these cards, but if you're given the card, it's like, oh gee, now do I have to do something with it? They singled me out. I don't want to embarrass myself by not doing it. What if I give the wrong answer? And all these things happen in your head. There's friction. Regardless of how big or little it is, there's friction there. Now, there is a little move, or not a little move, it's a growing move in moving away from Net Promoter Score to asking a different core question. And that core question is, how difficult was it to deal with us? Or they flip it the other way, how easy was it to deal with us? Usually it started with the difficult, but it's been flipped to the how easy, because it's better to ask a positive question, positive affirmation question. So how easy was it to deal with us? And that might be scored from 0 to 10. Now, the interesting thing here is that Net Promoter Score, for example, actually creates the friction. It makes it more difficult for someone to deal with you. So paradoxically, the thing that is being measured can sometimes actually move you away from the new thing that's being measured, which is ease of use. So be very aware of friction in these surveys, especially in Net Promoter Score, because that's where the temptation is. That's where you think, oh, it's only one little question. We'll just throw it out there as a card, as a pop-up, as a thing at the end of the phone call. Easy. But you add all of these things up and there's a lot of friction in there going on with the customer. Next one is number 18.